Well, how is everybody doing today? Hope you're having a great February 9th or 8th, 2017. Chris Peters here once again with the Entrepreneur Power Hour, and I wanted to come do another video for you guys from my studio in my home. You guessed it, from this amazing book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Mr. Stephen R. Covey. You can go to this link and you can get the book, and what you're going to want to do is just cut and paste that into your browser. I did it through Google URL shortener, so you don't have to, there's not a huge ass link you have to worry about. Anyway, so what I want to talk to you guys about today is habit number 6, synergize. Okay? So what's an example of non-synergistic communication between two people? So what a non-synergistic conversation would entail would be, this is an example that I've been reading here, and so this is an example of two people in a win-lose scenario, and they don't want to compromise. They want the other person to give in and do what the other person wants. So this is the husband talking to his wife, and they're talking back and forth. Okay, so the husband says, "All year long we've looked forward to this 1-week vacation. The boys would be miserable sitting around grandmother's house for a week. They drive everybody crazy. Besides, your mother's not that sick, and she has your sister less than a mile away to take care of her." And the wife then replies and goes, "Yeah, but you know what? She's my mother too, and I really want to be with her." Husband says, "Well, you could phone her every night, and we're planning to spend time with her at the Christmas family reunion, remember?" Wife says, "Well, that's not for 5 more months. We don't even know if she'll still be here by then. Besides, she needs me and she wants me." The husband then says, "Well, she's being well taken care of, you know, and besides, the boys and I need you too." Wife says, "Well, my mother's more important than fishing." Husband then says, "Your husband and sons are more important than your mother." And they continue to disagree back and forth until they finally come up with some kind of compromise. This is a win-lose compromise, by the way. So what they do is they may decide to split up. An example would be, he takes the boys fishing at the lake while she goes and visits her mother, and they both feel very guilty and unhappy. The boys sense it, and it affects the entirety and their enjoyment of their vacation. So the husband may give in to his wife, but he does it grudgingly, and consciously or unconsciously. He produces evidence to fulfill his prophecy of how miserable the week will be for everybody. The wife may in turn give in to her husband, but she's withdrawn and overreactive to any new developments in her mother's health situation. If her mother were to become seriously ill and die, the husband could never forgive himself, and she couldn't forgive him either. So whatever compromise they finally agree on, it could be rehearsed over the years as evidence of insensitivity, neglect, or a bad priority decision on either part. So that's an example of non-synergistic communication, and two people that are in a win-lose mentality. Their ego takes over, and they don't come up with any type of harmonious synergy in their relationship. And this is the kind of thing that drives wedges between couples. Okay, I know because I've been guilty of this in my relationships, and I see a lot of couples that still work this way, and they wonder why they have problems in their relationships. Okay, so an alternative would be if they came from the same paradigm, okay? So if they had cultivated the habits of effective interdependence, they approach their differences from an entirely different paradigm. Their communication is on a higher level, okay? So because they have a high emotional bank account, they have trust and open communication in their marriage. Because they think win-win, they believe in a third alternative, a solution that is mutually beneficial and is better than what either of them originally proposed. Because they listen empathetically and seek first to understand one another, they create within themselves and between them a comprehensive picture of the values and the concerns that they need to take into account in making a decision. So, what would they end up doing that would solve the problem? So they both could be happy in this excursion, okay, in this situation. So in searching for the middle or a higher way, this husband and wife realize that their love, their relationship, is part of the synergy. As they communicate, the husband really deeply feels his wife's desire and her need to be with her mother. He understands how she wants to relieve her sister of the duties of taking care of the mother, okay, who has had the primary responsibility for the mother's care. He understands that they really don't know how long she's going to be alive, and she certainly is more important than fishing. In turn, the wife understands her husband's desire to have the family together and to provide a great experience for the boys. She realizes the investment that has been made in the fishing lessons, the equipment, and other things to prepare for this fishing vacation, and she feels the importance of creating good memories with them. So what do? They pool these desires together, and they're not on opposite sides of the problem. They're together on one side, looking at the problem in the same light. So what do? Well, the husband says, maybe we could arrange another time within the month for you to visit with your mother. He suggests I could take over the home responsibilities for the weekend and arrange for some help at the first of the week so that you could go. I know how important it is to you to have time with your mom. And she says, or maybe we could locate a place to camp and fish that would be close to your mother. He said that. The area wouldn't be as nice, but we could still be outdoors and meet the other needs as well, and the boys wouldn't be climbing the walls. We could even plan some recreational activities with the cousins, aunts, and uncles, which would be an added benefit. They synergize. They communicate back and forth until they come up with a solution that they both feel good about. Doesn't that make sense? That makes a lot more sense than them fighting back and forth and finally just going, well, fine, you go do whatever you want. Okay? And that's where we need to get as people. That's where we need to get in our relationships. That's where we need to get in life with everyone we deal with, including strangers. Okay? You should never have an agenda when you're dealing with another human being. Trust me. I used to have agendas, and I used to be all about myself and very egotistical and thinking that I knew more than someone else. And don't even get me started. I was pretty bad. I was pretty bad for that. Okay, so those are examples of both negative synergistic communication and positive synergistic communication. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm going to go, and hopefully you guys have been following along with me. And I want you guys to relax, grab yourself a pen, your favorite beverage. Let's get into some personal development here, and we're going to go through the application suggestions from habit number 6, synergize, okay? So, the application suggestions. Number 1, think about a person who typically sees things differently than you do. Consider ways in which those differences might be used as stepping stones to a third alternative and also to another solution, right? Perhaps you could seek out his or her views on a current project or problem, valuing the different views you're likely to hear. Number 2, make a list of people who irritate you. Do they represent different views that could lead to synergy if you had a greater intrinsic security and valued the differences you have? Definitely. Number 3, identify a situation in which you desire greater teamwork and synergy. What conditions would need to exist to support synergy? What can you do to create those conditions? Number 4, the next time you have a disagreement or a confrontation with someone, attempt to understand the concerns underlying that person's position and why they feel and think what they do. Remember, empathetic listening from habit number 5, seek first to understand. Address those concerns in a creative and mutually beneficial way. Pretty simple. Very simple, actually. So I know that when Kareem and I do the Entrepreneur Power Hour, and we're doing a Saturday night personal development series, which this week we're going to be listening to Acres of Diamonds Part 2 from Myrtle Nightingale, and I'll be creating a video for that right away. But I know that when we do the Entrepreneur Power Hour, and we have so many different people from all walks of life come on to our show, there's synergy there. We don't argue and go, well, my point's more valid than yours, and this is all about me, and you should listen to me, or you should listen to Kareem, and Kareem's not like blah, blah, blah. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why people keep coming back to our show, because we create an environment of synergy. We create an environment of validity for people, integrity, sincerity. I wouldn't be studying stuff like this if I didn't practice it. Integrity, right? So my word equals my deed. And if you're in business and you're an entrepreneur and you want to build long-lasting success for your life, your first priority is people. Your first priority is serving their needs. What needs do they need met? How can you help them reach their goals and their dreams? One way to do it is to teach them or influence them by reading books like this. Influence them to pick up and read books like The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, because that's going to help them immensely. That's going to help anybody. Okay? So, how do you guys feel about the Entrepreneur Power Hour? How can we make the show better for you, for all of our viewers and subscribers? Now, Kareem and I have been coming up with there's more energy on the panel now, we're more animated. We added a Saturday night personal development series, which, like I said, we're going to be studying Acres of Diamonds Part 2 this week, because we were originally going to have one of the Tibetan yogis on, Dada Guanta. I can't say his last name, it's like this long. But unfortunately, we haven't been able to reach him, so we're just going to go with Acres of Diamonds Part 2 from Earl Nightingale. But we're also going to be introducing a cooking show to our content as well, and we've also been thinking about mixing it up and doing some comedic type stuff, some comedy skits. And you're all welcome to take part in this. You know, if you've got some funny ideas for the Saturday night show, come on, you know, give us some comments. Let us know, hey, yeah, I'd love to see the Entrepreneur Power Hour do this, or I would like to do this with the Entrepreneur Power Hour, as long as it's not racial or, you know, extremely raunchy or something else that's overly offensive. We don't mind if some people come on and swear. Just keep the F-bombs to a minimum. We're not a PG-rated show, contrary to what everybody thinks, because we found out that over time, a lot of big-name YouTubers, a lot of big-name entrepreneurs aren't afraid to use colorful language. They're not afraid to be funny and humorous. They're not afraid to be a little bit controversial. So we got to be us, you know. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give us a like, subscribe, and comment. We love you. We need your support. And we definitely are going to be seeing you Saturday night for our new series, Saturday Night Personal Development. We're going to be studying and listening to Acres of Diamonds Part 2 by Earl Nightingale, and then brainstorming and absorbing what it did for us and what we thought of it, and creating synergy. That's what we do on the Entrepreneur Power Hour. So I hope you'll join us Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you guys later. Have a great day. And remember, other people's needs are more important than your own when you're dealing with people and you want to have a successful life. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name's Chris Peters. Are you an entrepreneur? Do you doubt yourself? Maybe you don't think you have the skills. You wonder if you'll ever succeed. The first step that you're going to want to take is to surround yourself with the right people. Because people who share your vision and goals will always help to keep you focused and motivated. It is important to remember that choosing the right people is crucial to your success. Napoleon Hill said that our rewards in life will always be an exact proportion of our service. So, the more we serve others, the greater our rewards will be. Contribution equals rewards. So, it's important that you choose your thoughts carefully, because success begins in your mind. Hello and welcome to the Entrepreneur Power Hour. This Saturday night we are introducing a new series to the Power Hour, Saturday Night Personal Development. I have chosen the audio course Acres of Diamonds by Mr. Earl Nightingale this week. We will all be listening to the first portion of this amazing audio course and then brainstorming what it meant to us and how it inspired us to take action, etc. Note, you will need Zoom video conference software to take part in this amazing mastermind. You can download it here. You can also dial in by phone using the numbers provided. Thank you, and we hope to see you Saturday night for our new series, Saturday Night Personal Development Acres of Diamonds.